Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Business Mindset with SheABOS. I am your host, Angela She a Boss. Welcome to Business Mindset. Today is April 29th and it's Thursday, 6 o'clock. So y'all know how I do. I come on live, talk to you. I'm gonna bring you some business owners. We're gonna talk about, what they do and how they do it and when they do it. And, we're just gonna share some information. You're gonna become knowledgeable. I'm gonna become knowledgeable. And we are going to influence one another. We are going to support one another. So, welcome. Today's topic is with my own hands. So, I chose this topic and my particular guest today because I was really excited when I met these queens, how they were able to make their own products. So that inspired me with this topic of with my own hands. I utilize both of the products that I purchased, and I'm just absolutely elated. So I definitely wanted to support these queens and have them on the show. So allow me to introduce to you the queen of Juice Dome, Miss Denise Dixon.
Hi.
Miss Denise, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there was a little live clip that we did when we met
Yeah.
during the Charles County vendor fair.
Yeah.
Um, and we did the clip, and I was just sorry, elated about my particular. Oh, listen, I kept the bottle. Okay, so what I had.
Yeah, the bottle.
So, so I've been talking about this doggone juice for I think 2 or if not 3 weeks. So,
Oh,
listen, it tastes like a slice of carrot cake that you
thank
put
you.
in the blender and then you poured it in my bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just delicious. And I did a taste test on several other flavors
Yeah.
that you had,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we're just going to get down to, who you are and how you started your brand. So first, let's start off with when did you started and how, like, what made you think about getting into the juice business?
So I started last year around this time.
Nice. So
Yeah,
you're fresh.
I am so fresh.
Wow. I now i'm
Whole year
now I'm more impressed.
I'm not a full year as yet. Um,
Okay.
I, you always have that one person in your family that's like the juice person, right?
Mm,
Like the auntie that makes the lemonade, or it's Thanksgiving and you got to get that special punch because that person makes that special punch.
yes, yes, you are the punch person.
I'm the
Yes.
punch person. I'm the punch person. When there's other family and friend gathering, you got that one bartender who just knows what to do and
Hmm.
mix like exotic flavors.
Yeah.
And that is,
Okay.
and so when COVID hit, and I just came back from Ghana. I went to Ghana for the year of the return.
Okay.
And when COVID hit, I realized that I need to put my energy elsewhere.
Mm.
Didn't know what I was going to do,
Hmm.
but I just knew that I had to do something.
Nice.
I'm the kind of person I stay busy, so my anxiety was on 10. I had a
Okay.
full-time job, but I wasn't going into work. I
Mm.
also had another business as well, and I'm still
Okay.
in that business. But that business basically went dormant because of COVID.
Oh, COVID. Okay.
And so while I was home working from home, I'm here blending juices. I was like, oh, let me just put some juices together. And a friend of mine, she decided she wanted to have her side business as well. She does catering on the weekends, and she said,
Okay.
why don't you just provide me with some juices for my food?
Mm.
Okay. And that turned into customers asking for more, asking for more. Um,
Okay.
and my biggest cheerleaders were my friends. They said, you need
Mhm.
to sell your juices. We don't know how you come up with these flavors, but you need to sell it.
However you do what you do, you need to sell it.
You just do it. And because I was putting all these super nutrients in there, they
Okay.
were like, oh, this is perfect during COVID. Like, go run with it.
Mhm.
And I'm the kind of person, I can't start something and not finish it. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, even if I take my
Right.
last savings.
Right.
And
Okay.
I said, you know what? Let's do Juice Dome. That's it. Let's do it.
So how did you come up with that name though? That's very unique. I love that name.
Thank you. So it's interestingly enough, my other company, which is an event planning company, is called Dome as well. Division
Okay.
marketing and events. I do that as well. And I didn't have time to try to conceptualize on a name for the juices. So I was like, you know what? I got
It's my
Dome.
brand. Right.
Let me just go ahead and just put the juicy thing in the Dome. We're just gonna keep it simple.
Right.
And so
Right.
the logos are very similar as well. It made it easy.
Okay.
I didn't have time. Like, so folks was like, you need to label it. You need to do
Yeah.
this, you need to do that. And I didn't want to stop the
Mhm.
momentum,
Yeah.
the energy,
Yeah.
the request was coming in, and I just was like, juice stone. And it just works. It just
Right. I
works.
mean, but that's great that you branded Dome, right? You have
Yeah.
Juice Dome and what's the name of your other business? Your
It's just
event
called
business?
it's just called Dome, Dome.
Dome.
And
Okay,
then
so you have the hierarchy of
yep,
Dome, right?
yep,
And then you have
yep,
the Juice Dome, and
right.
then you're going to do something else Dome. So
Dome. Exactly.
that's awesome. I love that idea.
Thank you. Just like, you know what? It's the dome where all juices are made. And I
Mm,
am and when you think about a dome, just historically, a lot of amazing things happen underneath the dome.
okay.
A lot of amazing things.
Yep.
You think about the Capitol, you just think about anything, like
Yeah.
just a lot of
Everything.
anything. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Football games, amazing things happen underneath a dome. And I was just like, juice dome. That was it.
Juice Dome. That's perfect. So less than a year,
Less than a year.
you were just the Juice family and friends person,
Hmm.
and you had your um what I call it, your friend village
Yeah.
that said you should do this. And that is, I mean, that is beyond price, where you have people that truly supports you and encourages you, and you know that that is not always the reality with
Yeah.
some of us. We don't always have that backbone. We don't always have people that encourage you to
Mhm.
move you to a better place, because
Absolutely.
you have the haters, period.
Absolutely.
But having that support group, that's awesome, and encouraged you to
Yeah.
do what you did. So that's great.
And it just so happened that everything fell into line. Um,
Hmm.
I One of my mentors, actually, I have two mentors, and they own their own franchise companies. And all of
Mm.
a sudden, one person said, "Hey, I got a commercial fridge you can have." Then another friend was like, "Oh, I can hook you up with this," and everything just started, like, within a month. Everything just started falling into my
That
lap.
is
Every,
such an amazing
every,
story. And
every.
you feel like it's destiny, right? When just
Exactly.
everything is just lining up for you. It's like, okay, well, this was meant to be, right? This is my
Yes,
calling.
yes,
That's
yes.
great.
I
That's
was like, okay,
great.
I hear you. I feel you, energy, universe. Okay, I'm
Right.
gonna, but I'm still learning. I'm
Hmm.
still learning as I go, because again, this was not my path. This was not the path that
It wasn't your plan.
was my plan.
Right,
It wasn't
right.
my
Right. It's definitely destiny, because it's working out,
plan.
for your
Thank you.
favor. And it's amazing, what you're doing. So
Thank
it was in your path. It just wasn't what you thought it was going to be, which makes it even better in my opinion. Because it's like, okay, I mean, it gives you, for me, it gave me, the incentive just to do it, because I seen how it was working. I seen how everything was being aligned. It's like, okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's
And
do
even up
it.
to this day, like this affirmation, like just things that just confirm that I am on the right path. Even the
Yeah.
day I met you, I
Yeah.
didn't know you was gonna go live, and all of a sudden now look, I'm on the platform and I'm talking about it. So it's like,
Right.
just all just again things that just confirm that I just got to keep on trotting. So thank you again for having me here
Well,
because
I
down
appreciate it.
earlier I was like, man, I don't even know. I don't feel like juicing. I don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah.
My son's birthday today.
Mm.
But then it was like, nope. I looked at my phone. I was like, I got an interview at 6 o'clock.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
It keeps you going. It
it keeps
keeps you
me going.
going, right? Because you know how many times I wanted to quit. I'm like,
See,
I'm tired.
I'm
I'm tired.
tired.
I'm tired. This takes a lot.
It's
Like
like,
I gotta talk to these people, and I gotta encourage these people, and I gotta get you in here, Miss Denise. Come on, you'll be perfect. You can do this. Come on, let's do a quick shot real quick.
right,
Let me show you how easy it is.
right.
That's a lot of work, but you know what? It's beneficial because
Yeah,
look at you now.
thank you.
You know,
Thank
we're on here, we're encouraging one another, we're supporting one another. You're going to get looks, I'm going to get looks. And this is the whole point of why I do what I do, to
you.
strengthen our community.
I appreciate
Right,
it.
to strengthen our community. So I appreciate you giving me a chance to talk to you and have this conversation. So I like
Absolutely.
to welcome our live viewers. We have a couple of eyeballs out there. So
We
thank
do.
you for tuning in to
Yes.
Business Mindset with SheABOS. Comment us and let us know who you are so we can say hey and thank you for joining us. So, Miss Denise, talk to me about how you started compiling your juices. So, you do everything fresh. You do everything, like I said in my topic, with your own hands. Can
Absolutely.
you go about how do you start juicing? How do you juice?
So I have to get all the ingredients. So
Okay.
I'm literally Monday and Tuesday, and even yesterday, I go out and I buy the fruits and the vegetables, and I get them ready. I
Okay.
chill them, make sure I put them in the refrigerator, and then I'm peeling and I'm washing and I'm just examining and everything. Because if something doesn't really
Mm.
taste right or look right, I'm not putting it in the juices.
So
Uh,
pause for a second. You said you have to chill
I
everything. Is
try to
is
chill it.
that is that important with juicing
Yeah,
to chill?
I don't think so, but I just that's
Okay,
just a
you just like
mindset
to do
thing.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just think
Okay.
that when it goes through the juicer, the processor, it just
Mhm.
tastes a little bit better.
Okay.
It's like having a warm fruit and a cold fruit.
That makes sense.
Like sometimes you like your fruits nice and crisp and cold.
Yeah.
The flavor just bursts out when it starts to, you know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Um,
Okay.
that's basically what I do. And then we're peeling and we're washing and
Mm.
we start juicing.
So you're just cutting everything up and you're putting it all in the blender. Is there a particular agent or ingredient that you use typically?
Ingredient as in, what do you mean?
Just something like I had a spice guy,
Hmm.
Cedric, a taste of health. Check out last week's. He puts sea moss in
Oh, okay.
all of his ingredients. Do you
Okay.
have that like one ingredient that you use all the time, or one fruit that you use all the time, or everything is uniquely different,
Everything is
which
uniquely
is different,
different.
which is great too.
Yeah, everything is uniquely different. So
Okay.
each one of my flavor will have some type of super nutrient in there.
So
Sometimes
what is a super nutrient? What is that?
it's like the immune booster. It's like a sea moss, right? So that's one.
Okay.
Moringa is another. Moringa.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Spirulina is another. So
That's
this,
a word that you said when we met that I wasn't familiar with.
yeah,
Serlina, that's new to me.
yes.
Okay. And
Uh,
turmeric, you mentioned
turmeric.
turmeric before, and I know
Mhm.
that's a good one.
Yes. So
Okay.
each juice will have either one or multiple of those type of ingredients that
Okay.
really help just kind of boost certain health functions. Um,
Okay.
and I would just, yeah, every juice, everyone is different. I have a juice that is very high in vitamin C. I think you tried it. It's the green one is the OKK.
Yes.
And so that has the kale and the orange and the super nutrient that's in there, the kombucha, which is a probiotic.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and it has the ginger and the cayenne pepper in there, which
Ginger is one, definitely.
yeah,
Cayenne, that's
yeah,
good.
indigestion and so forth. So yeah.
So, okay, you had how many flavors do you have? Because I know I tried at least half a dozen. When
So yeah, you
I
tried
was like,
six.
hmm,
You definitely tried
I
six.
tried, yeah, okay.
I have it depends. I have certain flavor that would just pop up during certain seasons.
Okay,
So,
obviously that makes sense.
so I have in the fall I have a pumpkin spice
Mhm.
drink, which is I actually juice the actual pumpkin,
Like a
like
whole a
like
whole a
pumpkin,
whole pumpkin.
a whole pumpkin.
Okay, go girl. All right, I love it.
Yeah. So
I
I'll
love
juice.
it.
Yeah.
So how many basic flavors do you have?
At this point, five.
Okay.
At this
Okay.
point, five.
Okay, that's good. And then it comes whatever season it may be,
Mm-hmm.
then you throw that on in there.
Yep. Just
And they all come with your what did you call them? Super nutrients?
mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Yeah.
how did you come about thinking of these flavors? Because they're not just like um avocado or pears. I mean, you
Although,
had
although I have an avocado shake that's coming out.
I knew
I
it. I
do.
called
I
it. I
know, yeah.
called it.
That that drink, I'm testing the market right now for that drink. That drink is a little powerful there, boy.
Cannot do. I can be a taste tester.
You want to
I can be a taste tester.
so that particular drink, it's really it's a man. I don't want to sound stereotypical, but I call it a man's drink
Mm,
because it has all this stamina
okay. Okay.
nutrients in there.
Okay. I
Yeah.
got you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's something, and all of these things you can find like at Whole Foods, but there's
Hmm.
a nutrient called horny goat weed.
Mm,
Right.
okay.
Name alone. The name
That,
alone.
that that might that might says it all. Yeah.
Yeah. And maca root. So all of these, again, these are powdered, but they are energy boosters. They build up stamina. They build up. Is this is an age range thing here?
Um, it is. You can say what you like.
Okay. So
Mhm.
it allows folks to, I guess, perform adult activities even
Okay.
with these type of nutrients.
Mhm, mhm. I mean, because that's natural. We have we have a couple of natural things like kiwi. I think was one of them. Said it was a natural
Mhm.
booster or.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
So that avocado, I
yeah.
might be able to help you out there.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I'll help you
So
out
right now,
definitely,
I've been
definitely.
testing a lot of men. So a couple of women have had it as well, but a lot of
Mhm.
males, different age group,
Okay.
groups, and they're like, yo,
This is
I,
it.
this is it. I'm like, I'm not responsible for no babies.
You have to start charging them extra.
Right, right, right,
Because this is a additional benefit.
girl. So you mentioned avocado, so I just definitely want to
Hmm.
talk about that. But to go
Okay.
back to your question, some of these flavors, it just comes off the top of my head.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
it's just, I don't know. I wouldn't think like beets and pineapple would go together, but
Yeah.
it just did. It just worked.
So how many, okay, so tell the truth, Denise. How many flavors did you get through when you was like, nope, this is not gonna work? Like we all had that test period, right? Like
Mhm.
I've put together 50 different flavors and it was these five that worked. How many did you actually go
A
through?
lot, a lot. I'm
A
still
lot.
testing. Even now, like on any given weekend, I would be like,
Mhm.
okay, let me put some stuff together. No, this is not
Mhm.
gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, you have to go through, and I like to emphasize that because I don't want new business owners to come in with the expectation, oh, it's going to be this and this is going to work and it's going to be that, and because
right.
that's not the truth, right? That's
No, it
that's
is not
it's
the
not
truth.
the
I have a
honest
story.
living.
I've cried a lot
Mm,
where I've made that carrot juice that you like. Did when I first started
my
out.
favorite so
When I first started out, I had all these orders. I'm
far.
talking about over maybe 50 quarts
Awesome.
of just juice. And
Awesome.
again, me being new and not knowing about the process, I had
Mm-hmm.
placed the carrot juices on my table. Didn't
Mm,
realize that carrots are very sensitive to temperature. And so I had them out
yeah.
on the table for about 2 hours. Literally, when I was about to leave go do my deliveries,
Hmm.
all of them spoiled.
Oh
Every
my goodness.
single one. And
Oh my
that was like
goodness.
my first, like, I was boo-hooing. And I had to call all these customers back to say, I'm going
Mm,
to refund you back your money because the carrot
hmm.
juices, the carrot didn't do well.
Okay.
In the beginning, I was
But
putting,
you learn from that.
I
You know,
definitely,
everything is a learning process. Even when it doesn't go right,
mm, mm.
that's a
That's,
learning process.
yeah. I took
Mhm.
it off the market for a while. Like I was hurt. And I was like,
Mhm.
never making carriages again. And again, my friends, as you talk about the village and the tribe, like they was just like, no, let's just do it again. We know
Yeah.
what happened before. Let's just do it again.
Mhm.
And I had to still play with it because if it wasn't the temperature, it was also the other ingredients that I had in there. So I went through like,
And that's important, right? Because
yeah,
some ingredients can overkill another ingredient.
mhm,
I didn't realize that. Like especially citrus is a big one. Citrus can kill other nutrients. And
and then
I
coconut
wasn't
water.
familiar with that.
I would put coconut water in all my juices. And
Okay.
I realized that
See,
coconut,
I knew it was
but
something, Denise.
I used to. I
Oh,
used
you used to.
But
Okay.
then I realized that the coconut water, it
Uh-huh.
wasn't, it'll say 100% on the box, but it's really
Yeah.
not. It has
Okay.
preservatives. And so those
Mhm.
preservatives didn't match what naturally I would put it in the bottle.
Ah.
They boil faster, or they turn color, or the
Mm.
texture started to kernel a little bit. But it's because of I realized when I took out the coconut water, everything was fine.
Okay.
So now
So
I got
lessons learned,
lesson learned.
testing, doing different things.
Mhm. So
Okay.
yeah,
So do you have to have any kind of license to do what you're doing?
yes.
You do. Okay.
Of course, the food handler's license, making sure you have
Okay.
a food handler's permit because again, you're dealing with fruits and you're
Mhm.
dealing with raw vegetables, and you have to do the whole cutting and storing in the fridge and making sure again everything is temperature because you have airborne diseases and so forth. So I had to go
Mhm.
through that whole training.
Okay. So
Oh,
that's a training and it allowed you to be able to handle and sell that particular license.
yeah, so it allows you to basically handle what you're selling.
Okay.
Um, because again, the simplest thing, you can get somebody sick.
Correct.
So you have
Correct.
it's best. And I would tell anybody out there, if you don't have that food, even if you're operating out your own home, take
Mhm.
class because there's a lot of things that
Mm.
I had to learn,
Okay.
things that I didn't even realize. That's very very important. Not
Eh,
wearing fake nails. There's certain things that when you're dealing with food and even
mhm.
including these natural juices, you gotta follow.
Mhm.
You have to be careful.
And that's important because we're out here and we're trying to support each other,
Mhm,
and we're
mhm.
we're out here knowing the vendors and looking for other us's to
Mhm,
support, right? But
mhm.
we also have to be careful that not everyone is licensed, not
Yeah,
everyone is educated.
mhm.
You took it upon yourself to actually do it properly,
Yeah.
legitimately.
Have
Go
to
go to the class.
do the
You
class.
took the license. You
Mhm.
you have your license to do
Yeah,
what you do. So
yeah,
that's very important because yeah, somebody may get it sick and you're protected, but first
right,
what
right,
to do and what not to do. But
right.
then that also has a level of protection
Absolutely.
as well. So is it one license? What is it called? Or how many licenses do
Um,
you need?
so it's one, and it's called, I
Okay.
guess it's called Food Safe, and it's a food handler
Okay.
unit. But you have to take the course to get that.
Mhm. So you
Um,
have to take the course. Okay.
yeah, you definitely have to take the course. And even if you're doing vendor's fair, some, depending on where you go, it's not required in the state of Maryland, but some other states, they are requiring, even if you're selling juices, to have that. You have to show that you have that.
Good.
Because again,
That's
you
good
just
to know.
never, ever, ever, ever know.
Mhm. So is that something that you have to get reinstated yearly or every few years?
I believe it's every few years.
Every few years? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what else do you require to get into um, a food service business like you have? Was there anything else that you had to do?
Not that I know of, and I've spoken to, like, different lawyers and so forth. So because
Mhm.
I'm only dealing with juices, that right there have me covered. But
Mhm.
the next thing that I need to focus on is putting those nutritional labels on the bottle,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that is taking a lot. It's not right now. I'm good, right?
Mhm.
I'm still
Mhm.
new, but it's finding a scientist or having
Okay.
somebody who's special, like a nutritionist, help me create the label. Because
Okay.
that's also something where if I wanted to do mass production,
Mhm.
go to
Mhm.
stores and so forth, I have to have that. So
Yeah.
I've been doing these vendor fairs and how I'm selling it now. I'm I'm kind of safe, but again,
Mhm.
my end goal is to be in other,
Expand.
yeah,
Mhm.
and do mass production, especially disseminating outside of the state.
Mhm.
So if I do that, it's very important to have those labels on.
So you
Hmm.
have the bottles, right? You have your basic label and the basic ingredients,
Correct.
not the nutritional label that you're used to. I understand what you're saying, but you do have the basic. Can you talk to us about how you what was the process in getting like your materials? Like where did you go to get mass bottles and to get your labels done? Do you do that yourself too?
So I have a graphic designer that basically designed the label, but I did
Okay.
put a company, and the name of the company is called Sheet Labels. I don't know if you want
Okay.
me to put it in the chat, but it's called
Yeah.
sheetlabels.com.
Okay.
Right now, I haven't found any other label company that have better prices.
Okay.
Um,
That's important.
prices are very, very good, and their turnaround time is is fairly quickly. The bottles I get from Good Start Packaging. Again, I haven't found another vendor who can outbid their prices. Good Start Packaging. Some folks had me go look at Uline. Good Start Packaging out to, yeah, they their prices are very, 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 very good.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
the shipping is a little high, but
Okay.
they guarantee that you get your product within 2 to 3 days max. And you can always get through to them. I think they
Mhm.
are own both of these companies. They're not fairly large. It's like family owned business, so you're talking to the same person every time you call.
Okay.
But they're very, very good. So I get the bottles and the cap from Good Start Packaging. The sheet labels produces the labels, and yeah, my graphic designer, she just comes up with the graphic work, and that's it.
Right. Okay. So I mean, that's about a handful of different venues that you had to go through. You had to
Yeah,
get the training and the license. You had to find a packager and getting the materials and then getting the labels and then packing. It's a sequence
yeah,
to this thing
yeah.
that you had to get.
And I haven't mastered it. I
Of
have
course.
right now. I'm out of a certain size bottle, and I didn't realize, but I am everything, right?
Mhm.
I don't have my because of COVID. I'm looking to get a warehouse space so I can hire
Mm.
help. But right now, I'm just operating out of my home, and it's primarily me. So I'm taking
Mhm.
the orders. I am preparing the bottles. I'm
Mhm.
juicing. I'm delivering. I,
Mhm.
it's a lot, and
With
so
your own hands.
with my own hands, and
Yeah.
so I can't keep up with inventory. I
Mhm.
realize I've come to a point where I need to have help. I need help
Right.
with somebody saying, you know what, hey, you only got 5 bottles left.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's absolutely amazing that you say that, because that segues to why I started the business that I started,
yeah,
because of people like you.
yeah,
So Assure Business Office Services provides that background support, that office support. So while you're in there juicing and doing what you're doing, I'm taking inventory. Okay, you had 20, you just used 15. You had 5 more. So let's go ahead and order. You ready to order now? Let's do this. What about your schedule? You had this order, and you may need to go shopping. Do
right,
you have all of your ingredients?
right,
That's what um, SheABOS does, that background virtual office support for these businesses that are growing, that I want you to focus on what you're doing,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that inventory, that bookkeeping, the
Even
scheduling, that's all this extra stuff
extra, and
that
then you
you have to
communicating with
do
the
on
customer.
top of selling.
Yeah, and I'm very big on customer service.
Mhm.
So I like my process consists of once I get the order in, I like to send an email a day or two to say, your juices are basically about to go into production. Here's a recap of basically what you ordered, and
Great.
I let them know I will be there on Friday, and I give a time range, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But then after that, on a Friday, when I'm going out and I'm delivering, I am literally texting each person before I arrive to say I am on the
On
way.
my way.
They're on the way. They'll be there in 30 minutes. They'll be there in 45 minutes. So I'm
Mhm.
very big on that personal touch. But again, that personal touch on top of everything else that's on my plate, it becomes overwhelming.
Mhm.
It was one week I forgot to send out the emails. I also send
Right.
out reminders to every single person, all my customers on a Wednesday, because right now I'm only delivering once a week. I'm only producing once a week. I wish I
Okay.
could keep this open every day, but I cannot.
Right.
And
Right.
so every Wednesday, I have a software where I blast out a reminder to say, hey, it's Wednesday. Last minute orders needs to be in by midnight. Boom, 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 boom. Thursday, I am juicing like right after I get off this call.
Right.
There's in the kitchen, juicing
Uh-huh.
to maybe about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, getting up about 8,
Mm,
starting my deliveries. And I'm literally all over the DMV.
nice.
Righteousstown to Quantico, Virginia, almost every single Friday.
But that is great, that I love the fact that I can stay busy,
Yeah,
right? Because that just certifies what you do, right? If you weren't busy, then you're not being
yeah.
productive as you can or as you should be. So I mean, it's a great problem to have.
You think?
That's
Right.
a great
I'm
it's a
working.
great problem to have in the sense of you're busy and you're staying busy, right? So that means you have clients.
Yes.
If you have clients, you're making money. If
Right.
you're making money, you can expand. So it's always a ripple effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's a good problem to have, sis. And because if you weren't busy, that means you're not growing.
You're absolutely right. But you know what? Self care is so important. And I
Yeah,
realize I've got so
you're right about that.
caught into the businesses,
Mm-hmm.
being a single mom,
Mm.
and not really taking care of myself properly. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then I try to please. I'm a pleaser, right? So when I don't
Yeah.
get to see family and friends often, I try to make that be that weekend
Mm-hmm.
of thing. But I'm tired.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just
I get you.
I'm just mentally tired. And so you find yourself up against, should I just take this weekend off? No, because if you own a business, you technically shouldn't take a weekend off unless if you really have to. But I feel like it's just an overwhelming
Yeah.
experience. You
It's
know?
it's kind of like it's kind of like motherhood, parenthood, period. You know, they say you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of the things that you need to take care of. So it's absolutely yeah, a necessity to take care of yourself and decide when it's enough. Decide when you want to take a break. But then on the other hand, it was like, well, I have to grind. I have to hustle. If I want to do this, then I have to do it. But it's definitely a fine line
Absolutely.
between both, right? And when you have to determine, do I need a partner? Do I need help?
Yeah.
Do I need somebody to help me? Am I at a state where I can get someone to help me, and having that person, how can that elevate me? Because sometimes that's all that you need. Get that helping hand, and then whew, okay, I can breathe again.
Yeah.
Now let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep. That's
So
why I'm
that's
happy.
what ABOS
But we need to
offers.
talk.
So we'll
Yes,
talk.
we definitely need to talk because uh,
Good.
honey,
Yeah. I mean, but that's when you start growing, because the more you do, the more you can make, and the more you make, the bigger you can be, and the more help you can afford, and the more help you can afford, that's when the expansion comes.
right.
So it's always a step. It's always elevation.
Absolutely. And you know what
Yeah.
somebody else told me, one of my mentors, and said if you're scared jumping into something, that means
Hmm.
you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Because nothing is not easy. So if you're
Nothing is faultless.
scared,
It's something is always going to go wrong.
something is going to go wrong. And so you have to go through these trials.
Hmm.
If you don't really go through trials and tribulation, then you really are not on the right path.
Right.
You gotta go through it.
That's
And so
good.
that is all I try to, even when I'm just like half asleep on trying to drive on the highway, trying to go down to Waldorf at 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
2.5 hours just to go there to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah, but that's when you have to start thinking strategically, like how can I do this better?
Yeah.
Thinking of your delivery route maybe, or
Yes.
or like you said, going to a wholesaler and thinking, okay, maybe I need space in this part, in that
Mhm,
part, in that
mhm.
part. So yeah, then that strategic development plan
Yeah,
needs to happen because you're growing. Again, another good problem to have.
absolutely.
Because if you're not thinking of these things, if you don't have this problem, then
Yes.
you're not growing.
Yeah. You're right.
And we all want to grow,
You're
right? So
right. You're right.
good problems to have. Good problems to have. So, Miss Denise, where can we find you this weekend? Are you doing any events or vendor fairs or anything
No, this
in,
weekend.
in in the near future? So not even this weekend, but say in the next 2 weeks or so. Are you going to be anywhere where anyone can come and see you?
Absolutely. So before the end of May, I will definitely be back in Charles County at one of the
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
Next couple of weekends, family just, my son is graduating from middle school. Yeah.
Congratulations.
So the next couple of weekends, I'm kind of tied up with some personal things. But yeah, by the end of May, into June, I'll
Mhm.
be at back at Charles County Vendor Fair.
Okay.
There's also a couple of other fairs that are coming up, and I typically post them on our IG page. Oh, yeah.
Wonderful segue again. So how can we find you? How can the listeners order your juices? How can they get in contact?
Absolutely. So the website is www, of course, juicedome.shop. SHOP. That is where how you can find us. On
Did you
IG,
say dot shop or just
yep,
shop? Juice Dome.
dot shop. So instead of
Okay.
a dot com, it's a dot
Mhm.
shop.
Oh, well, look at that.
I didn't even know it was available until I saw it on Wix. I was
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh,
look at that.
it works.
Okay,
It
you
works.
just taught me something new. See what I'm saying? This is new. Dot shop. That's outstanding. Okay, we have a question from one of our listeners. Great conversation. Thank you, Conwords. Do you feel like your friends' encouragement to start your business has caused a busyness in your life you wish you didn't had, or that it sparked a passion that makes the sacrifices worth it? Great question.
Oh wow. Um, a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both. Um, because sometimes it breaks my heart when
Mm,
I'm unable to devote time to family and friends
yeah.
because of the business.
Yeah.
You know? Especially when you come from a close knit family and you realize that mommy's always gone or she's always juicing or
Yeah.
she's downstairs doing an interview and it's my birthday. Like sometimes I feel a little bad, right?
Yeah.
But then sometimes friends will then tell me, like, as you are right now,
Hmm.
telling me that it's okay, right?
Yeah.
This is all a part of the process.
Hmm.
And then that's when the passion kicks in
Yeah.
because I realize that if I'm not quitting, I'm
Hmm.
definitely passionate about this. Uh,
Absolutely.
and I would say I'm passionate not about making money because money is definitely important,
Hmm.
but I'm passionate about finding my purpose.
I like it.
I realized that I was uneasy, even with the other business and my 9 to 5 working in federal contracting. I wasn't fulfilled. I am not being fulfilled in those
Mm,
areas. Although I'm learning about this juice world, I'm starting to feel like I have a purpose, right?
mhm.
I'm putting my purpose to use. And then when I have the customers that says, you know what, thank you. I felt better today because I'm not a nutritionist at all. Like it's
Okay.
not I went to school and I'm a health guru. It's just
Mhm.
something that, and I want to get spiritual a little bit, that God just said, here,
Yeah.
you have this gift. Now you need to
Just dropped it
use
in your lap.
what's here. The title did this the whole entire time. But you see, it took certain things to happen for COVID and other things to happen to say, you know what? I wasn't fulfilling what my purpose is supposed to be here on
Yes.
this earth. And so
Yes.
then as this journey is happening, and then she was also at the vendor fair. Another friend of mine, she's got into Reiki and chakra
Mm.
and understanding how to use it.
What business name? What is the business name?
Royal Gems.
I
Yeah.
just talked to her.
She's like my sister. So I
Nice.
told her about the vendor fair. She now is there all the time, but
Nice.
she keeps me grounded as well. So that's why
Good.
I'm like, so it's a hit or miss with that question. But
Yeah.
I realize that I'm passionate for finding my purpose, and
Okay.
this has been fulfilling for me.
I love the way you put that. You're passionate about finding your purpose.
Absolutely,
I love that. That's
absolutely.
awesome. That's awesome because that was a question that I would ask. Like, what was your inspiration in your business? Is it a passion or is it your purpose? Because purpose is a gift, right?
Yeah.
Is it your gift? Because like you, it was just something that you innately knew how to do. So that is a gift,
That's a
right?
gift.
A
Yep.
purpose is, I mean, and that can work just the same, but a
Mhm.
purpose in my mind is something that you want to do,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then you have those influences of, because it was a necessity. Like I will be talking to in the near future, um, a skincare line where it was developed because the child was going through some skin condition, and
Mm,
they were just basically doing it for the child, and it grew.
it grew.
It grew. So I mean, it's so many different ways that your purpose can be identified,
Thank you.
right? Great answer. May God keep you strengthened in your journey. Thank you
And
so
same to
much.
you. And the same to you.
So
Very good.
hopefully
Yeah.
this is my photographer,
Yeah.
Miss Latoya Conward. Yes, I had her featured, I want to say the beginning of March. So check out her podcast as well. She's
She's a
awesome.
photographer.
I'm sorry.
You said she's a photographer.
She's a photographer. Yes, ma'am. So
I
those
need a
clips,
photographer.
I know you might do. See,
You
this
need
is
to
what
work
I'm
with in the
saying. This
future.
is what I'm saying.
You
Our
need to
community.
work those.
Our
Yeah.
community. So let me be the first, or let this be the first that I introduce. Save the date for September 18th,
Okay.
because that is when I will partner with McClam Enterprise Productions to create a network social. So I am inviting all of the businesses that I have done business with and did podcasts for and with. And we are going to just get together on September 18th, and we're going to network. We're going to collaborate. We're going to get everything that we need. So you say you need a photographer? I know a photographer.
Yeah.
Let me go introduce you. You need a graphics designer? I know a graphics designer. Let me go introduce you. Oh, you're looking for someone that does juices for your catering business? Let me go introduce you. Oh, you need a catering business that you want to sell your business, that you want to sell your juices to. Okay, let me go introduce you.
Come
So
on.
that is the whole basis of what we're going to do on September 18th. It is
Yeah.
called the Network Link.
The
So
network
we are going to
now.
do this.
I will be.
Save the dates.
Thank you.
September
Before you
18th.
call me before that, though.
I'm gonna connect you too. I'm gonna connect you too for sure, for sure. So thank you so much for there we go. There's my partner, McClan Enterprise
Okay,
Productions.
girl.
So it's going to be Ashore Business Office Services with McClam Enterprise Productions, and we're going to do the thing September 18th at Hennessy Creek in Brandywine, Maryland.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Yes, linking businesses. Absolutely.
I'm gonna be
Absolutely, Akiva. So, thank you again so very much for joining me.
thank
This has definitely
you.
been a
Thank you.
pleasure talking with you.
Yes, it's so nice to see you. I love your
Yeah,
energy. You know,
thank you so
thank
much.
you so much. See, now you just gave me the energy to go and finish my juicing.
There we go. Get
Thank you.
that energy.
I
Get
needed
that
that. I
energy.
needed it. But thank you
Good.
again. May God
Good.
continue to bless you and what
Thank you.
you're
You
doing
as
and
well.
this platform. And yeah, I can't thank you enough.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We will definitely stay in touch because we're definitely going to see you September 18th. That's
Yes,
for sure.
yes, for
But
sure.
we are going to connect before we even get there, because I'm going to get you that photographer's number and whatever else that you need, or if anybody needs your services, we're going to put all of your contact information on ABOS page, on ABOS YouTube, on ABOS Instagram, all of SheABOS, everything.
Yes, no
Your
problem.
information is going to be there. So you're gonna get a young lady. So
Thank
be
you.
prepared. Be
Thank
prepared. So
you.
thank you again, Miss Denise. Oh, wait, let me take this off so we can see your name, Miss Denise
Yes,
Dixon
yes,
from Juice Dome.
thank
And then she done taught me something else. There is a Juice Dome dot shop.
Yes.
See, that's something else I done learned because yeah, they do have a lot of expansions now for the World Wide Web, and it's not just the orgs and the coms and the eds like it used to be. It's whatever you want it to be.
Whatever
So
you want.
this is great. So see, we're sharing, we're learning, we're teaching. That is the whole point of this community.
Thank
So thank you again. We
you.
wish you very well, and we will talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you, live viewers, for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
So, join me again next week on Thursday at 6 o'clock. We're going to keep doing this, you guys. This definitely encouraged me, and I love that. When I'm talking to my sisters and brothers, my kings and queens, that we are encouraging one another. We're building our network. We're collaborating with one another. And that's how we do it. That's how we stay in business. That's how we grow. Because we can all grow together. We can all do this together. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. And I will look forward to seeing you again next week on Business Mindset with SheABOS. Until next time, take care.